morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name's Katie O. This is the Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another energy Peephole for today, the 16th of November, 2021. And we're in a waxing gibbous moon in the sign. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I'm on the wrong day. For today, the 17th of November, 2021. We're in a waxing gibbous moon that will transit to the sign of Taurus at 9:18 a.m. Now, I really like the numerology of the time of the moon change. 9:18, right? Doubles, yeah? From one side to the other, we're doubling the number. 2 9s make 18, yeah? So I got this idea of multiplying. I saw a photocopier basically spewing out paper. Yeah, you've put one paper in and you've made 200 copies. Out it comes, out it comes, out it comes. Or like bunnies, yeah, rabbits that as soon as you got two of them together, oh God, the next thing you know, there's 200 bunnies. Yeah, it's one source that turns out many copies. And I heard, but which one's the original? It's like the idea of, and this sounds really ridiculous, and I can't remember, oh God, I can't remember if, I think it's an NFT they call it. So in the cryptocurrency world, basically, some dingbat has had the great idea to go like, oh, I'm going to render a JPEG image of a rock. And because it's the original one, I'm going to sell it for shitloads of money. And like we understand, right, that an image of a rock you can screenshot. Yeah, you can copy and share it. And it's not a big deal. But what you pay for when you buy one of these images is the fact that it's the very first one. It's the attestation that it's the original. So I'm hearing, yeah, there's many copies out there. But which one is the true? Which one is the real one? And I believe that this is coming back to a sense of who we truly are. Yeah? We've been brushing away a lot of unnecessary energies to come back to who we are at our most authentic self before we were spoiled by pain and heartbreak and challenges of society and people telling us that we needed to be a size 2 and 6.5 feet tall and men need to be muscular and beardy and whatever. Like it's just all this, like, yeah, there's so many versions of yourself that you've tried out, and now you're being called back to say like, okay, but who are you really? Yeah, and it's completely, I channeled that, and then I looked down, and there's only one aspect today, and the sun is sextiling Pluto. We are healing and transforming our ego. We are healing and transforming the way that we put ourselves out to the world. And I hear it's very much this energy that I just talked about. So we are now at an impasse. Yeah. The universe will no longer let us, with the awareness that we have, move forward, be wearing masks all the time. So Pluto is now pushing us to complete the transformation of the ego, to heal the battered or broken sense of self created by constantly putting on a new skin. Yeah? It's almost like you were a shapeshifter, like you were Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, and you've gone to the faceless men, and you've learned the technique of being able to put on a new face, but you've done it for years and years and years, and you don't even remember what your own face is. You really just don't remember who you truly are anymore because you've put on a face for everybody and their uncle, and you've forgotten who you are. Yeah, this is Mufasa from The Lion King. Remember who you are. Yeah. Who are you? Who were you before the world hurt you? Who were you before people lied to you? Who were you before you tried and got met with scrutiny or resistance or criticism? Yeah. Who the fuck were you? Yeah. Who were you? Really? Ask yourself that question. Do you even know? Do you know who you are? Do you know how to filter through these masks that you put on? Do you know how to get rid of these layers of unnecessary protection? I mean, okay, easy. Not unnecessary protection. I'm sorry. I correct myself. There were times where those protections were necessary, but times are changing. Times are changing. Yesterday's people, I talked about this. It's no longer the time to overthink things. It's no longer the time to not trust anyone. It's no longer the time to not want to collaborate. It's no longer the time to want to be divided and pushed away from other people. Because our strength as human beings is in our interactions with other humans. They serve as mirrors to us to be able to see what about ourselves we like and don't like reflected in other people. They nurture us, they challenge us, they push us. Human beings are our sole purpose is to feel, well, not our sole purpose, but one of our major feelings, purposes is to feel belonging. And you cannot understand what it is for you to belong if you've not interacted and mingled with other energies. This is really, who the hell are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Do you even know? And if you don't, what do you need to do to get back in touch with it? Some of you, there's still a lot of stuff that you need to filter through. Some of you, you're on the verge. You've already managed to work through the process of elimination, of realizing that I've got 100 masks that I wear. I've gotten to about 50 of them and realized that not a single one actually fits who I truly am and who I'm now unafraid to be. Yeah? So as you go through, I mean, some of you guys have to do some sort of a recapitulation, some sort of a personal inventory of this shapeshifter energy that you have, and realize what interactions, what situations, what things that you do, what habits do you have that leave you feeling exhausted and depleted and unsatisfied at the end. If you feel that way about the majority, the chances are they're not for you. You should always, when you are connected to your true self, when you are being exalted in your authenticity, you feel good. You feel at rest. You feel at peace. You feel like you do, and honestly, the biggest thing is you don't give a shit what other people think about it. Okay, so if you're still worried about what other people think, about other people's opinions, about the way people are reacting to who you are, and you don't feel comfortable just doing what's true for you and not thinking about what they think about it, there's still some things to work on, and you still have got to find your true self. Yeah, who are you? Ooh, it's like the Alice in Wonderland, the caterpillar. Who are you? Who are you? All right, now this is unusual. They've had me pull out the Rebel deck. And if you guys have followed me for some time, this deck never comes alone. I always combine it with the Universe Has Your Back deck, because I like to have it as a messages from our inner feminine and masculine, with this one being the masculine. But with today's single aspect regarding the sun and Pluto, I'm hearing that we need to put the feminine energy aside for a minute, and we really do have to focus on the masculine energy. And there are some very, very, very we've got to start focusing on that ego to debunk the last of the bullshit. All right, what's the card of the day? What's the energy of today that we're dealing with? What's our inner masculine got to tell us about this ego death? Okay, we got two. Whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. Okay, some of you guys have been trying to bring some 3D world thing into fruition, but you need to take a pause right now. It's not the fucking time to deal with the external world. You need to deal with who you are first. Because if you don't know who you are, you're not going to be able to bring in beautiful things in your external world that match who you are, that cater to who you are, that nourish who you are, that make you feel, I don't give a shit about what people think about this because I know that it's for me. All right. So whatever it is that you're thinking of doing, and I'm hearing whatever you're thinking of doing, it's very much based on somebody's expectation of you, or even the way that you think you need to be in order to have success. Sacral chakra stuff. This is an orange card. You have a great passion, and you're thinking of copping out. I'm hearing you're thinking of copping out. Don't. For some of you might be struggling with addiction. You might have quit smoking or stopped drinking, and you're like, oh, one drink won't hurt me. One cigarette won't hurt me. It will. Just don't do it. Okay? It's a cop-out. You're feeling uncomfortable, and when you feel uncomfortable, you want to numb those feelings, so you use people, places, substances, whatever, to distract yourself from them. But the thing is as I've been saying a lot, you don't get to choose what gets numbed and what doesn't. When you numb yourself, you numb everything. So yes, you might be trying to numb the pain, but it's going to numb the joy as well. And you need your true sense of self to be on point right now so that you can understand who the hell you are. And if you don't understand the pain, you're not going to understand the joy. You're giving away your power. You're a badass. Act like it. All right. They've been calling you for a long time to realize how strong you are, to realize how beautiful you are, to realize how much you have to offer. And you're still not completely claiming your power. Throat chakra stuff. This is a blue card. Your throat chakra has been blocked up. And this is really, I've been saying, the collective has been having trouble with the sacral and the throat chakra lately. Lots of big blockages. Some of you guys have been feeling really upset stomachs, bad guts. Some, for my ladies, you've been having really bad period cramps or mood swings or whatever. Just big kind of like hormonal challenges. And a lot of you guys are also having like sore throats, sinus congestions, coughing fits. Like, ugh, you got the cat's got your tongue, you've got a frog in your throat, you name it. It's all bunged up over here. So they really like, whatever it is that you were thinking of doing this cop out here, it's just going to give away the power that you have, and you don't need to call in those energies because you're strong, and you're meant to be. Take a shot. Don't take 12. Okay, take a shot. I'm hearing like, give it a go. Give it a go. Just give it a go. Yeah, they said don't worry about the back of that card. It's more important that you do have whatever it is that your ego is yelling at you for to do. It's not the time for that. You need to take a shot on yourself now. You need to try and do that same action, but do it to you. Yeah, for example, if you're thinking, I'm gonna call up my ex and give him a piece of my mind, yeah, maybe you should give yourself a piece of your mind instead. It's not about them, it's about you. So if you're pissed off at them or you're upset with them for something, chances are that you're only upset with yourself for it. Chances are it's rooted in shame, in resistance, in fear, in inauthenticity. It was just 11:11 on the clock. So you are, and there is this aligning force right now. Okay, first and foremost, think about it and need. Yeah, you guys have. It's not the time. It's not the time to act on those ego things. You need to think about your needs and who you are. You need to have a cup of coffee with yourself. Sit yourself down. Express your strong feelings to yourself, but do so with the intention of figuring out who the heck you are, because you've got to brainstorm. Yesterday we talked about that brainstorm. It's really important. Rejection and alignment. Okay, some of you guys are undergoing this idea of rejection is divine protection, something you are being pushed away from, you are being kept away from, you're being separated from. It's important that you just go with it because it's going to bring you to your alignment. For some of you, I'm hearing it's not going to be forever that you are separated from this thing, person, place, whatever, but it's important that you go with this separation of energies in order for you to align in a better way. Very soon, and dedication. Keep it up. Do not give up. Keep on holding strong. Your energy is starting to align. You're starting to understand this beautiful flow. You're starting to bring in abundance. It's coming very soon. Hang on there. Hold on. You've got this. Make love and warning. Okay, some of you guys are feeling like that energy of that you want to run. Some of you guys are being made offers. Some of you guys are having new romances budding. Some of you guys are feeling attraction where you haven't maybe necessarily felt it before. Some of you guys are feeling drawn to people that you might not have necessarily been drawn to before. Either way, you've got this idea that the universal language of love is coming true and singing you in a certain direction. And the thing is that you're hearing it as a warning sign. And it's not meant to be a warning sign, okay? It's the horn of judgment. It's this like Gondor freaking horn call. It's calling you to come into yourself, all right? So stop seeing red flags where there aren't any. If you're being offered lovey things on the exterior, it's because you're actually beginning to offer them to yourself, and this should be served as affirmation for you. Now, I'm not saying you necessarily need to date everybody that asks you out, but I'm also saying that don't see those offers of dates as predatory nature. It's just because you are aligning with your self-love that people are wanting to offer you love. So try not to see things as false red flags. Okay, darlings, that's it for me. I'll see you later on Instagram. So sorry for anything you're going through. If I've made you feel a certain way, thank you for being a beautiful being and lending your energy to this circuit that I hold so dear. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Ascended Masters, and whatever other energy was involved in helping us find these clear, concise messages for our greatest good in a timeless fashion. Whenever we find them, there's something in it for us, even if the astrology doesn't match, even if it's a few years down the line. These messages are for your greatest good whenever you need them. I love you to the moon and stars and to infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, it's okay.